to Bountie Talk. Today I have another co-host with me, Desmond. He's the business development for Bountie. I'm the content producer. And introduce yourself, man.
Hello, hi guys, to all listeners and to those watching Bountie Talk. Very good evening. This is the 3rd of January, and this is my first ever appearance on podcast as well as on the web. So I'm Desmond. I am the head of business development for Bountie, and very happy to be here. And of course, for this evening, for this episode of Bountie Talk, we are very happy to invite one of the most exclusive and most prestigious esports teams in Singapore. Okay, and they are also the first ever female esports team in Singapore as well as in the whole world competing. And they are none other than, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Asterisk. Before we start everything, before we go on to the rest of the questions, perhaps let our viewers, let our listeners understand a little bit more about Asterisk. So let's go around the room and perhaps you can do a little bit of introduction about yourself and when did you start gaming?
Okay, I guess I'm going to start. I'm Sabrina. Online, I'm Sabribri. I've been gaming since I was 10 years old. I'm 20 now. So it's been 10 years, and I started when I was playing at my nanny's house, and then her son would let me play Counter-Strike, and I started with Counter-Strike Source, and it's been just uphill from there, climbing those ranks, climbing that gaming ladder. So yeah, it's been great. Very proud to find all these amazing girls to play.
Hi everyone, I'm Arrow, and I officially started gaming at about when I was about 7, 8.
And you are
And currently I'm 21, but I only started FPS games in was about 2-3 years ago. So I'm still learning as I play on.
Right. And what is your gaming name, can I?
My gaming name is Brotato.
Brotato,
Yeah.
right? That's the one I want to ask. Brotato. How did you arrive at Brotato?
I don't
Was it
know.
like a combination of like I like to eat something like potato and
And I'm
kind
like,
of.
bro, yo.
Like, I saw it online and then like, oh, it's interesting, so I just put a little change on it.
oh, really
Yeah.
nice, Brotato.
It's cool.
Alright, welcome Brotato.
Okay, hi, I'm Tasha. I started playing when I was around primary 6. Yeah,
Right, Tasha.
around there. Yeah.
Tasha.
I've been playing FPS games since then, and now I'm at where I am now.
So you started playing when you were doing your PSLE.
Yeah. So I've played
Nice.
real time to start.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Great time to start actually.
How you wish you had a gaming subject during PSLE.
Yeah, that's right, man. I think I'll do very well then.
Okay. Great. And next we have
I'm Leila.
Hi Leila.
My in-game name is Alel, which is just a reverse of my name, Leila.
Right.
I've been playing since I was 12 and I'm 25 this year.
You see me?
Same.
Not
Okay, so that's it. I got inspired by my brother to play CS 1.3 and then I just continue on 1.6 CS Source until CS Go now.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about it.
Cool man, cool.
Okay, hi, my name is Dee, and my in-game name is QB. I started playing 17 years ago. I started playing CS first, and then I stopped for a few years, and then I went back to CS. I stopped for a while because I don't have a computer, so I was playing on laptop. I was just playing Team Fortress 2. Yeah, so I changed to Team Fortress 2, and then I went back to CS. And then I joined the Asterisk Overwatch team, and then now I'm back to CS in Asterisk also.
Oh, check that out. Set your mind and you set your mind, isn't it? Even without a computer, you can still ace it and get to where you are today.
17 years ago, so it's either we reveal her age, like if you when did you start?
Well, just so you know, listeners, that we had a chat earlier on while going through dinner, and they sort of said there was someone who is closing in to the big three in terms of age. So we're kind of guessing who's the one that's gaming for 29 years or gaming for 25 years.
Primary 6.
Oh, primary 6.
12 years.
Primary 6. I wasn't asking for age anyway, so it's okay.
I haven't reached 3 yet.
Okay, good.
Unlike someone.
last but not least, I guess.
Hi, I'm Hansel. My in-game name is Henzy. It's actually easier way to call my name. Yeah. I started playing CS in 2013, so I'm kind of like youngest here. That's the least experience here. Yeah. So yeah.
Is that a joke?
Yeah, so start
Really?
2013.
Yeah, but I started playing CS. I started playing CS.
Like a
in
late boomer.
Yeah, I'm a late boomer.
What about gaming in general?
Gaming, when I really played game was my first game was probably Dota.
Right.
Yeah, then Dota 1 when Frozen Throne was still alive. I don't know if you all know what's Frozen Throne. Yeah, where they have a lot of mini games and you can just copy and paste the IP address and just connect.
It's really commendable, isn't it? You started in the year 2013.
Yeah, when Global Offensive came
And
out.
how long it took for you to get to where you are?
How long? No, I don't think I'm where I am, but now 217 now 218. 5 years
Not 2015.
Yeah, but I started in 2013.
Wow. It's great, it's great, great. So right, that's the welcome from the Team Asterisk.
So why did you guys start gaming? Like why choose gaming as like a kind of like choosing gaming over
Yeah,
anything else?
I kind of think it's easy for a guy to come across say I game a lot, but when it's a ladies, I think it's not as much. The proportionate of gamers of ladies to guys out there is not that much. So how does it feel like to be a female gamer, and why gaming of all sports or all other activities? You like killing people?
You like being able to say, hey, I'm a girl, I beat you. But you don't, that's not your goal lah. But like, it's a nice thing, it's just a nice add-on. But I guess everybody has a competitive nature. I would say so, yes guys, competitive. I guess gaming is one of those things where you are able to get that instant gratification and know that like, oh, okay, I'm good. So like, why not just continue, you know?
Right. So it's something that you didn't experience for any other sports, and it's just pure gaming alone.
Yeah, I would say so.
Cool. So what about the team? How did you find each other? How did Asterisk CS came about together? What's the history of that?
It was a very long story. Okay. So there was this one girl in Asterisk. She started off with League of Legends. So she was that point of time. There's no CS:GO team yet.
Right.
So she went out from League of Legends and create a CS team. And then, long story short, I joined her. After I joined her, so it's just the two of us. And then I came across another girl, and she was her friend. Like they were friends in gaming. So, and that's how I got to know her. So from there, there's only three of us. So from the three of us, we held a trial, and then came in Tasha and Sabi.
That was a fun trial.
Yeah.
Right.
And then from there, we host another trial, and then we got Leila. And then we are short of one person because she wants to go to
Right.
substitute because too old, I think.
So how do they fit the trial? Like, do they have to beat you to fit into the trial?
No, they have to go through a few trials because we want to see their attitude instead of
We choose
gameplay.
attitude over experience and skills.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? Like how do you take it when you lose a game? Do you have sportsmanship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's very important because like
And how do you bond?
yeah, like they're like kind of like I would say a family, like a very tight team. So they need to get along with each other.
Exactly.
So that trial will be very important.
Yeah, it's really tough. I seen clips online of how teams, they train together, they eat together, they sleep together, they practically live like a family together, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that how it is also for Team Asterisk?
Yes. For us, I can safely say that
We
are
don't
very
live together,
close.
we don't eat together.
But we are very close.
Which means
we
you
eat
shit
together.
together.
We just eat together.
Hey, come, let's cook Maggie and eat together.
The computer also eat
Oh,
together.
crazy. And like those videos, they always have a coach there to kind of coach the team, and then to be like the mama son or the papa son to the team. Is it the same for Asterisk as well?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
Who's the mama son here or who's the papa son?
Oh, we have Zez.
Yeah, we have Zez. He's
He's
from
a-
JYP.
Right. So he's
Yeah.
not here too.
He has his own team lah.
Yeah.
He's not here today.
Really
Papa
nice.
Bear lah.
It's Papa Bear.
But he's the
like
youngest.
He's the youngest.
The youngest
He's
among
like-
all of you.
But the most experienced.
Wow, this guy was gaming since before he came out, isn't it? I bet the mother was a gamer.
Possible.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So let's move on to like what do you guys do daily on a daily? Like I know you guys have work and you guys game as well. So like what's like the schedule for you guys?
Work, go home. For me, I will take a nap first. So I won't have dinner. I will choose nap over dinner. So I'll take a nap and then I'll wake up at about 10 p.m. and I'll come online to see them. And then we'll train together until about 2 a.m. and then we'll go to sleep. And then wake up in the morning to work.
Is that like every day?
Yeah, almost every
For me,
Monday
yes.
to Friday.
Yeah,
Yes.
but for Friday,
Friday night we will
we
sleep.
will play until 6 a.m.
It's really hardcore, isn't it? But you guys were saying it's not really like a I have to do it. I'm being forced to do it. It's because
Yeah.
We want
all
to.
of you enjoy doing this process together.
We all
Yes.
want to see each other online. Miss each other.
Right. So you
Miss their
play.
voice.
So you play as a team together. You all compete against each other.
Play
Play
together.
together.
Play together
Yeah.
and sort of kill people out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 5v5.
Yeah, if I leave, isn't it?
So like when there's like a tournament like upcoming, like does that intensify? Like do you guys stay up longer to?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you
we have
start
more
learning your
training.
smokes and then you don't get anybody to kill. You just have to throw smokes continuously. And I'm just like, why are we doing this? But patience is just really shit. But you know,
But well, you did it.
yeah, we have to do it. So you got practice all the throws.
For 2 hours.
Make sure your crosshairs align to that wall, to that line.
And
Oh,
1, 2, 3, all
yeah, and then time everything together.
In case you don't know what they're talking, it's about the coordination when you want to enter into someone's territory. Yeah,
Correct.
so it's like they're throwing smokes to distract, they're throwing flash, they're throwing molotov is a firebomb.
Right. So it's
So-
like a coordinated movement.
Yeah.
It's like how you wanna create like a smoke wall,
Yeah.
so that if they're camping on one end, then you can throw that smoke wall. They are blocked off, so all of us just go in and then just slowly wait for them to come out that smoke one.
Nice how we
I'm embarrassing myself.
Credits for all your
To all
discretion.
viewers who are watching this, that's a huge strategy right there. Learn that.
sorry, trade secrets.
Yeah, that's quite impressive. For me, I feel like I always thought like okay, gaming like you know just go there play. I didn't think that there was like all these kind of strategies to be done for, and then that's where all the training is for.
Yeah.
I guess it is, isn't it? There's a lot of strategies coming in place. But just apart from this, do you have the temptation, I mean, going through all this, carrying of guns on virtual world, does it also encourage you to go into the real world and perhaps join the SAF and perhaps sign on as a regular or
Nope.
join the volunteer corporate corps?
Nope.
Has that thought ever came across your mind?
No.
I thought of it before.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, because you think it would.
No, because I joined the MPTC
Alright.
secondary school, yeah.
I fight
And then-
uniform groups.
And then like we went for this, I forgot what was it called. Yeah, we actually fired a real guy.
The revolver,
Yeah, the
right?
revolver.
The
Wow,
revolver.
that
So
was damn
painful.
fun.
You will have blood
No,
clots.
it was so fun.
No, so but you have to use 2 fingers because 1 finger is not enough.
But it was so
Finger
fun
The
when you
recoil.
actually hit the target.
I think I can attest to that. I think really shooting a gun. Woo.
It was really fun.
Sure.
Y'all should try it one day.
You all hang out and go out and play like paintballs together and really try out the strategies with each other. And
No,
just
when we go out, we just go to land.
really,
All go out without
flying,
her.
okay?
just
Oh,
go
we
out.
had kite flying.
Once.
Go out without me.
Oh, you're never there.
Japan, hello.
yeah, I can attest to that. You're not there for the Bountie event.
I'm so sorry. I had booked the flight long ago.
And then Friday you're meeting your friends, right?
Yeah, instead of training, which we are going to
Hey,
China
and
in a
Saturday,
few days.
Saturday also you're not joining us, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
You were not coming?
Expected.
It's like a strategy.
Saturday have to leave early some more,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
Ah, so I guess the room is well divided.
Yeah.
So when you say 5v5, I guess you're the 5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
You're
all
the
a
5,
facade.
and
It's
that's a
all.
5
It's
over
just for today. I'm here. Get that screen time.
You guys are great.
Yeah.
But obviously, I think managing, work at the same time, being a competitive players, that is a huge toll on the sleep, isn't it? And there are a lot of challenges like this. I mean, what other challenges can there be being a professional gamer?
Oh, so many, especially being a girl. Getting that criticism from especially in such a male-dominated industry. Oh my God, I'm getting so political.
But you're at the top of the game, aren't you? Who will criticize you?
Still, no matter what, if you
Guys.
you don't. I mean, guys who play competitive, they get it. I mean, I'm sure they get it. But like when you
Right.
go into those casual games and then, you need to do that voice command because you need to communicate in the game, right? Once they hear you're a girl, oof, the insults just get thrown left, right, center. Sometimes it's not bad, but it's marry me. You have no idea how annoying that is.
Sure, we need this!
But yeah, that you get your fair share of insults and you get go back to the kitchen and all those things, and it's just I guess that's one of the biggest challenges being a girl
Competitive
gamer.
gamers,
Yes,
I mean, in a
definitely.
male-dominated industry.
Hugely dominated.
But in terms of back at home, family, or if you're in relationship, are there any challenges as such?
No, ask the one in the relationship.
Yeah. Those with relationships, right? Taken.
Only one.
Only one. Yeah, so for nowadays, like I practically spend a lot of time gaming compared to going out with my boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But he
New
sort of
husband, huh?
understands because
Sort of.
we are going to China to compete. Yeah. So there's a lot of give and take lah.
Right. And is he a gamer himself?
Well, he recently just stopped competitively. Yeah.
Oh, so he'll kind of understand actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that's alright, isn't
Yeah,
it?
he can be your support, right? I mean, like he'll give you McDonald's, give you food. He's your
Yeah.
delivery
It's
man.
just Facebook videos.
Fairy tale.
But yeah, he actually helps us like when we go for LAN trainings because he's like IT person.
Right.
Then we always have a lot of problems, right? On LAN, yeah.
IT
I
support.
thought he's our IT guy.
So he's always there when we are training to help us.
It's not easy, I think.
Yeah.
Not easy to manage a relationship, especially for me. I think, are there any competitive players out there who perhaps have a family and kids and they are still
Oh yeah. No, I would think that's very difficult. But I mean, it does happen. Yeah. But it would be super.
There's only
difficult.
Belle. Belle has a
Everyone.
she's
I think once you have a kid, it kind of just priorities,
yeah,
shifts.
priorities kind of shift, isn't it?
A living human being, gotta keep you alive instead of killing people.
But there are competitive players like that.
Different way of life, isn't it? So Bountie, basically, we are a gaming platform that allows gamers to earn money, okay, to earn a living while playing game. So what that means in technicality is that Bountie, we are a platform where we bring gamers together, okay, and the underlying currency between this underlying currency of the whole platform is Bountie coins, okay. So we understand that Bountie coins, in terms of anything that is online, there are hackers that's always eyeing on it and trying to get the systems. So we safeguard this by having the cryptocurrency and the blockchain technology in place. So we understand what blockchain technology is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So essentially, blockchain they distribute the ledger. So you have multiple people that's watching over the ledger. So it's like, imagine that a company where you have one accountant that is managing the blockchain, that's managing the accounts. So it's easy for this one accountant to kind of fake this account if he or she wants to, okay, or he or she is motivated to. But however, if this account, this ledger, is being distributed across to many, imagine hundreds, thousands of people who is watching over this same transaction that's coming in and out of this company, it wouldn't be that easy to try to fake an account, fake an entry anymore. So essentially, that is what blockchain is, kind of in layman terms, isn't it? So that is what is having the safeguard for Bountie. Okay, so to give you a simple scenario of how Bountie happens is we can have a simple game where 5v5 coming together play CS:GO. Okay, and we have a simple wager on the table, perhaps like a 1 Bountie coin each. Okay, so on the table there is 10 Bountie coins. So the winner of the game will take 9.5 Bountie coins. Okay, and the platform will take the 0.5 Bountie coins. So it's sort of this. So it adds on it incentivizes your daily competition plays and trainings that you're doing on a daily basis. Because we understand when gaming, there's only the top 5% of the whole cohort that would kind of get sponsorship, get stick to play or win championship and win prize money. The rest of the 95%, they are kind of getting there or they are doing it leisurely. So I guess these are the 95% that we want to hit and we're target towards. Yeah. But what are your perspective? In terms of that, what are your views on Bounty?
I think it's great. I think a lot of people, really love gaming, and if you give them that monetary incentive, they would definitely want to play even harder, play even better. So I think it's really great.
Great,
Giving a lot of people opportunities.
People will earn a living
Yeah.
on Bounty, isn't it?
I mean, even if it's casual, it's like you can, like how Grab is doing, like you can part-time drive and like work full-time at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, like for example, like for just an example, you guys like full-time jobs, and then when you go home like 10 p.m. you start, and then you get a bit of money, kind of thing. So that's what Bounty is.
Yeah, and leading up to this, I think we are having quite a bit of a good announcement coming up as well. We are launching our pre-sale. This is a private sale right now. 29th January till 4th of February, that will be our pre-sale round. Okay, where we will open up to investors to come in to kind of subscribe to Bounty coins. Okay, and from 5th February all the way to 21st February, that will be where the public can come in and buy and purchase Bounty coin. Okay, and thereafter you will go on exchange where you can kind of win. You can play Bounty. Okay, you win Bounty coins, and you can go into this exchange to cash out in the currency that you are in, regardless of whichever country. Okay, so that kind of translates to winnings to you, and also to add on to kind of incentivize this platform a little bit more to increase the longevity of the whole platform. We are right now in touch with a few, in talks with a few merchandiser and partners. Okay, and as you know, DX Racer.
Yeah.
DX Racer, they are on board with us already.
Yeah.
One question though,
Yeah.
what if like one person use multiple accounts? Like they are good, they are good. They are good.
You're saying yourself, isn't it?
Like their rank is like very high, and then
Yes.
they have another account to play with a lower rank so that they can win.
We kind of thought about that because gamers being gamers, they always try to game the system. Okay, they think of ways of how I can, since I can make money on this, how can I make the most money out of this whole journey, isn't it? So to kind of answer that question, to start things off, we would like to perhaps register every account to one national registration number. So in terms of Singapore, it'll be IC number. Okay, so that's how we can do that. But as we move along, we are still figuring how we can patch this along so we can prevent gamers from gaming the system. Okay, and what it does also to further add on to that, Bounty also we have this proprietary matchmaking system just like all other platforms. So when Asterisk going, Asterisk wouldn't be playing with somebody that is on the level Z. You'll be playing with somebody on the level A. Okay, so we're able to match your stats.
Wow.
Something like that. Something like that.
Okay.
So obviously all of you guys are at the top of the game. Okay, so when you go in, there will be a few games that you have to play, and then through that game, we'll know roughly what do you stand, and then we'll be able to position you accordingly.
Cool. Exciting.
So what if someone uses my account to play?
To answer that question, because everything is because you give permission for the person to play, or because you didn't.
Maybe I get some top players play for me, so I can win more bounty coins.
I guess in that case, it's happening on the physical side. There's nothing we can control.
Yeah, I guess
But
you have to pay for
virtually-
you have to pay them as well. So I don't think there's
Alright.
like much profit for you as well.
Yeah, but virtually, whatever that we can control, we will control because it's all based on blockchain. So whatever stats that you have, whatever player stats ranking that you have, is all onto blockchain as well. So there is no way you can try to affect that your own stats. And another way to encourage further winning is that when you stay on with Bounty, when you have a usage time, for example, you're on you're a member for us for a few months or a few years. Okay, we will further incentivize you by every winning, instead of winning 1 to 1 bounty coins, you win 1 to 1.2. Example.
Can the bounty coins be transferred?
It can
Let's say I want to give to her.
of course, to you.
Oh, can.
You can transfer.
Yeah, can.
You can transfer. You can use to buy into games, buy into tournaments. You can buy merchandises, okay, or you could cash out. So these are the different functions of bounty coins. Okay, hearing from you. Now we have CS, now we have Dota. What do you think? Are there any other games that we should introduce onto Bounty?
Oh gosh.
PUBG.
Yeah, we're thinking of PUBG, right?
We are having PUBG, but that one is
That one very headache.
we are kind of introducing that this year as well.
League of
Too
Legends.
much hackers.
Yes,
Oh,
the timeline
I
is
love that one.
in this year we will start with 3 games, okay, of which 2 is confirmed, CS, Dota. PUBG, that one I think is in the pipeline, okay, but definitely we are looking forward to that as well. 2019 we are looking to go up to 10 games, total of 10 games, both on PC and on mobile.
Oh, mobile as well.
Sims.
Sims free.
Sims.
You say Sims? I thought you said Candy Crush.
That one I'm so competitive. Highest level. Yeah.
Fantastic, great. Okay, and I think that is about it. But to end off the whole podcast, I think there are, I believe, quite a bit of fans that might be watching this or listening to this. Okay, are there any open strategies or any tips you'd like to share with your fans? People who are trying to get there, people who you have beaten before, people who you have called loser, you have flamed them before.
Right, so everyone everyone listen up. Think
Lend your smokes for 2 hours.
what she said. And also I think headlining is so important. You should always get your crosshair to where the head is going to be. So it's a 1 hit KO if you're using an AK. I mean, it's always nice to like play Deagle. Just saying. 1 dig. So satisfying.
I understood nothing.
So a Deagle is a pistol, right? And then it's a one hit KO if you get the hit. But if you hit other parts of the body, it's like 3 lah. So it's really hard to get a 1 dig with a Deagle. So there's even a term for
She
it
doesn't know
called
what's a deagle. Maybe you want to say
it's
desert
like a
eagle.
pistol.
It's like a
Pistol.
Silver and nice.
Got black or
Unless you
And
got
then
skin.
there's even a thing they call Juan Dig because it's like everyone's like, am I saying it wrong? You play Palm! I hate my team!
Are you sure?
Juan Dig! But yeah. Anyway, headline, that's the main thing. Oh, learn your spray patterns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very important.
In
Really?
Counter-Strike, if you are using, depending on what gun you're using, if you just leave your mouse there, the spray will go like haywire. So you gotta learn that haywire line and make sure that
It goes to one
as
spot.
it sprays like a haywire thing, you drag it the opposite direction
It's like
with your mouse.
tutorial already.
Yes, yeah. She's teaching how to play CS.
Like
This tutorial. Welcome to
Wow.
so
Big review,
you
isn't
have
it?
to learn that it has to come down to muscle memory to like make sure that everything just goes into that one.
Is that too much?
Yeah.
I think we should do a different episode on this. The big leaks. How did Asterisk get to where they are today? Secrets review.
Oh my god!
Wow.
That was really not my
the whole bigger lah.
intention.
Put the whole bigger. Then the hands bigger.
Everything in there.
Into the hole.
Yeah, in the hole.
There you have it, guys. The hole is really important, isn't it? Focus on the hole and nothing else.
Nothing but the hole. That's how I play at least. So you wanna be as good as me? Oh my god!
Just roll our eyes on you.
Yeah, I think you get famous.
Flavors.
Famous.
What about for the rest of the team? Is there any other tips you would like to share with all of us?
I think it's all just the mentality. It's like even if you lose or whatever thing, if you want to improve, just improve. Like
Just
keep the mentality
Yeah, don't
there
give
lah.
up.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
give up. That's all.
Right. So it's about the spirit of losing, but losing like as if there's nothing. Like
Yeah.
you're winning.
Yeah.
Sportsmanship, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gamemanship. Is that what you call?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, what about for like kids, right, where their parents or like people telling them not to play games and things like that?
Don't listen.
Close your door.
We were 12 when we started.
Yeah.
Right, so for all kids that's listening to this podcast and looking viewers, kids, if you're under 16-year-old, your parents ask you to study and you want to game, remember, get out of the house, look for Team Asterisk. You support you for the rest of your life.
Take you in. You come
So
next month you see us with so many
Sign up for Team Asterisk Kindergarten! Right, so I guess
That's it.
that's all the time that we have for this podcast, and once again thank you very much for Team Asterisk, the best decorated esports team in Singapore and some say Batam, and of course before we go off, they won the recent
WESG.
WESG, the Southeast Asia Games.
Yes.
Okay, and they won that, and this weekend on Sunday they'll be flying down to China,
Shandong, yes.
to Shandong for
Play the APEC teams.
to play the Apex team. And from Team Bounty, we wish you all the best, and please
Thank
win
you.
the competition and do Singapore proud.